Hello everyone, so to make our Halloween pumpkin hair bow you need a template. I'm going to be using this double pinch bow. The tails measure 10 centimeters across and 7 centimeters in height. The top part, which is the pinch part, that measures 17 centimeters across and 5 centimeters in height. And then this part is just a half, that is 6 centimeters by 7.5. I'm going to be using this pumpkin topper. I'll pop a link to these in the description below the video. This ribbon, I've chosen a orange glitter and a black chunky glitter. And this beautiful fabric, I actually printed this myself. I'll pop a link to the tutorial at the end of the video. I haven't backed it because we don't need to for this particular bow. I'm also going to be using this roll of tulle. It's a 6-inch or 15 centimeter wide roll, and that's in this orange colour. So now we're going to take our tail template and our orange fabric, and we're going to draw around our template onto the back of this fabric. And next we're taking our glitter black fabric and this half of a template, which will actually form the bottom loops. So I'm going to draw around one half and then flip it over and join onto the other half. And now for our lovely patterned fabric, I'm going to use the last part of the template, which is the pinch part. I'm going to draw on the front side of the fabric so I can choose which part of the pattern that I want to show on the top of my hair bow. And now to cut all of our pieces out. So now we're ready to make our pinch in our top layer. So I'm taking a piece of double strand thread and I'm just going to cut a little piece off and lay that to one side. Taking your pinch part, the pattern part, you need to fold it up in half like that, and then the sides you also need to fold in half, but this time we're going to go downwards. So on that side and the other side, and then I'm just going to fold these down because they're sort of sticking up at the moment like that, so they take shape. And then picking up your piece of cotton, I'm just going to keep that pinched, slide that under my thumb, leaving a tail to tie. And we're going to wrap that thread around that centre a few times to hold that pinch in place. I'm not going to pull that thread too tightly because I don't want it too squished up in the middle. And I'm just going to tie that off in a knot. And now we're ready to assemble our hair bow. So first of all, I'm going to lay my pinch part on top of those bottom part of the loops. So I'm going to take a hot glue gun, place glue in the centre and at either end, and a little bit in the middle there just to hold it all in place. Lining that up on the top there. And now I'm just going to flip this upside down and we're going to now form our loops. Taking my hot glue gun, I'm going to place some glue on those end tabs, and then I'm going to carefully bring those into the centre to form the loops. And now we can join our loops to our tail part. I'm going to attach my clip now. I'm using a 45mm clip which I've already lined with a 1cm wide ribbon. Using this 1cm wide orange Halloween ribbon, I'm just going to cut a length off by eye, heat seal both ends, and I'm going to use this to wrap around the centre of my clip. Note that when I pinch my clip open, I pinch over the top of the tail or just the clip and not the loops, because otherwise you flatten your hair bow and then you spoil it. Next, taking your roll of tulle. This is a 6-inch wide roll of tulle, as I said before, or 15 centimetres. So keeping it at the 15 centimetres, I'm just going to cut a piece off at 5 centimetres. I've now got the two pieces, 5 centimetres by 15. Next, taking a needle, and I've got some double strand thread knotted at the end. I've done quite a big knot in that end so that don't slip through the holes in that tulle. And taking my tulle, I'm going to fold it in half lengthways, and not on the open side like that, but on the folded side. I'm going to run a stitch right the way through to form a pinch. So I'm just going to go in and out all the way along until I get to the other end. Then pulling that thread all the way through, but not too tightly. I'm going to leave about an inch space, and then I'm going to just go through that end a few times, and then on this last one go through that loop to form a knot like that, and then I'm just going to trim off the excess cotton, and then we're going to repeat the same with the other piece of tulle. There's your two pieces. And now we are going to just stick these two little pieces just on these tails under these loops here. So taking one of my pieces, I'm just going to turn it to the underside, just pulling that tight with my fingers so I can see where the stitching is, and I'm just going to pop some hot glue along that line, and then very carefully lift my loop and just stick that onto the tails underneath that side. Be careful not to burn your finger, because obviously with tulle that is quite sheer and you can get hot glue on your finger. So it looks like that, just coming out the side there. I'm going to do the same with the second piece. Now to add our pumpkin topper. This is felt, so we can just use hot glue on the back of this, and that will stick that fine. So I'm going to place hot glue all across that centre, pop that in the middle of my bow. Now I'm going to add a little hair bow onto my pumpkin. You don't have to do this, this is optional. So I'm taking this stripy ribbon again, the Halloween ribbon, and I'm just going to cut a length off. It's 1 centimetre wide by 5.5 centimetres in length. I'm going to form a loop with it, and then I'm going to take a needle and thread and just do a miniature little tiny pinch in there to form this miniature hair bow. And once you've made your little bow, you can then hot glue it onto your pumpkin like that. And then I've got a little rhinestone, which I'm going to use my E6000 to attach it just to the centre of this hair bow to cover up that thread. And there you have your finished Halloween hair bow. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, hit the like button below the video and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. If you've got any questions, pop them into the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.